catch me if I fall.
Good evening and welcome to Champions League Live this evening. We have a few technical difficulties with our audio, but we're on and working and ready to go for this Champions League semi-final stages where these two teams, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, will face it out. 20 European Cups between them. They absolutely are gods of this competition. And we will get kick-off from the Allianz Arena and team news as well for you in just a moment. Do stay with us.
Messi, I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
Good evening and welcome to Champions League Live. Tonight with me, Kevin Ferris, here on LFS. And we'll bring you through here at the Allianz Arena in Munich, where Bayern Munich take on Real Madrid this evening. Also in these Champions League semi-finals, the other two teams, Borussia Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain, we're staying in Germany for tomorrow's game as well, between Dortmund and PSG. After eliminating Premier League title contenders Arsenal and Manchester City in the last round, Bayern and Real Madrid meet for the first leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final tonight. This will be the 8th time these two clubs have met in a semi-final in the European Cup or Champions League, with the Bundesliga side having been eliminated in each of the last two at this stage. To reach this stage, Joshua Kimmich's second half header was enough to secure a 1-0 second leg victory against Arsenal. And the Bayern midfielder's smart finish secured a 3-2 aggregate victory for Thomas Tuchel's side in the last 8. That result was somewhat more straightforward than Madrid's progression, with Carlo Ancelotti's side having gone through after a penalty shootout victory against last season's champions Manchester City. Rodrigo opened the scoring at the Etihad Stadium before Kevin De Bruyne's strike ensured spot kicks were required after a 4-4 aggregate draw. Tonight's teams are as follows. Bayern Munich starting with Manuel Neuer in goal, the captain. A back four of Joshua Kimmich, Kim Min-jae and Eric Dyer at centre back, with Nasser Mazraoui at left back. Konrad Laimer and Leon Goretzka in midfield, alongside Thomas Müller in a more attacking role, with Jamal Musiala, Leroy Sané attacking, with Harry Kane leading the line. For Madrid, who got the massive result in Manchester last time out, they are here and they are raring to go for number 15. Andre Lunin starts in goal, who made some big saves in that shootout against Manchester City. He's in nets this afternoon. Lucas Vazquez, Antonio Rudiger, Nacho, who's the captain, and Ferland Mendy make up the Madrid defence tonight. Aurelien Tchouameni, Toni Kroos and Federico Valverde in a defensive midfield role, with Jude Bellingham in that attacking role, with Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. leading the line. Lots of quality on the benches and even more quality on the pitches tonight. Two Englishmen at the heart of their teams, battling it out in Bayern. Is it Harry Kane or will Jude Bellingham be victorious? Kickoff is next. Good evening, welcome to Champions League Live with me, Kevin Ferris. We're here right through until the end of this game tonight between Bayern Munich and Real Madrid as we get underway in this Champions League semi-final. These two sides steeped in Champions League and European Cup history, and will be battling it out for a place in London on the 1st of June, where the next big trophy is up for grabs. Number 7 it would be for Bayern Munich if they were to win. Number 15 for Real Madrid, the record holders of this competition, won it 14 times, more than anyone else in the competition's history. Number 15 it would be if they were to be victorious. Big chance for Bayern early on here, and Leroy Sané's denied by Andre Lunin. But what a really good move by Bayern there to try and break in behind the Madrid defence, and they played it really nicely. Harry Kane and Leroy Sané linking up, and Sané just has the shot straight at Lunin, who blocks it off. But goodness me, a good start for Bayern. A fairly open start for Real Madrid. The interesting thing tonight will be how both of these sides deal with each other's defences, deal with each other's attacking threat. You know, both sides have a lot of pace on the counter, a lot of quality in midfield as well. Be interesting to see which of these two teams can come out on top tonight. The atmosphere inside this Allianz Arena will certainly play its part. And of course, we'll talk about these two sides' seasons, very contrasting in terms of their league seasons, this campaign for these two teams. One thing for Bayern, they've lost just one of the last 24 home games in the Champions League and are unbeaten in their last 15 at home since being beaten by Paris Saint-Germain in April 2021. That was their last home defeat in the Champions League. That's when they were holders of the competition back then, Bayern. And they were actually knocked out that time by the team that they beat in that final, PSG, in 2020. They have a positive start here. Here's Mazraoui. Back to Leon Goretzka. Bayern, lots of space here. Madrid, as I was expecting, to play that, because originally when we got the team news, there was the talk of Real Madrid having a lot of deep midfielders, the likes of a Toni Kroos or Tchouaméni, of Valverde, sitting a bit deeper and allowing Jude Bellingham to have that roaming space ahead of them, behind the two centre forwards, and kind of make up an auxiliary 3 at times. But at the moment, from what I can see, Bayern are trying to play in and around that. And Madrid sitting deeper with those midfielders, trying to soak up the space, soak up the pressure from Bayern. Allow Bayern to have it at the back, allow them to play it out. But when they get in to that final third, the sheer number of Real Madrid bodies in the way will be massive to come up against. As Lucas Vazquez wins a throw-in for Madrid on the right-hand side. Bellingham going for the switch ball. It is swept on, and almost a tough one there for Joshua Kimmich to deal with, but he does get it back to Kim, who goes back to Manuel Neuer. Trying to target Vinicius Jr. on that left-hand side was Bellingham there with that crossfield ball. Maybe a bit short from the Englishman. And of course, Englishmen, the stars of their teams. Jude Bellingham, the star of Real Madrid this season, absolutely exceptional. Jude Bellingham this campaign with Real Madrid. Harry Kane has been exactly the same for Bayern. Both made their moves last summer, and both have gone really successful. I mean, Harry Kane scored 35 Bundesliga goals this season in 31 starts. Absolutely incredible. That's a goal every 79 minutes in the Bundesliga this season, which is exceptional. And they've started well here, Bayern Munich, because they've gone a corner on this right-hand side. It's Jamal Musiala that won the corner. Of course, they're the home side tonight, Bayern. They would need to test Real Madrid as much as possible. Kimmich takes the corner short. Sprayed around the box. Kimmich looking to catch it up at the byline, but took a deflection off Fede Valverde and goes behind for another Bayern Munich corner. Tried to go for that short technique there. Bayern. Kimmich laid it off. Played it short and made the run in behind to try and get to the byline. Fede Valverde was quick to that and put it behind ahead of Joshua Kimmich trying to receive the ball back. You have another chance at a delivery here, Kimmich. Another corner. Body's in the box. He whips it in this time. Dyer was close, but he just kind of shoved away from the ball. Goretzka to pick it up. Squares it across now to the right-hand side. Lovely from Leroy Sané. Skipping his way around. Harry Kane. Not a bad opportunity. It was lovely from Leroy Sané. And the ball to find Harry Kane in a tight space. And Kane just gets the ball off. The shot off first time round. Really nice. Again, in between the lines from Bayern. And good from Andre Lunin. Just a simple enough save for the Real Madrid keeper. Bellingham trying to press. And then the foul on Fede Valverde there will give Real Madrid the free kick. Leon Goretzka, the man committed the foul, so it will be a free kick to Real Madrid. Initially, Jude Bellingham just trying to reach for the ball. Goretzka did a great job at shielding it and then came in and did Fede Valverde. Took the ball away and was tripped up by Goretzka. In the process, I think Real Madrid need to get a touch on the ball, a few passes. Here's Tchouaméni. He gives it away. And look at the pounce from Bayern. Here they come. Harry Kane through the middle. Finds Leroy Sané, who has a shot. But over the bar it goes from the German. But really nice counter-attacking football from Bayern. They pounced upon that. Tchouaméni with a poor pass. And then Bayern just unleashed a counter-attack. Harry Kane threading a lovely ball through to Leroy Sané. Made the run down the left. Sané on a tight angle. Decided to shoot instead of squaring it. And shot with pure height behind it. And it just went over the bar. And behind for a Real Madrid goal kick. But that was the threat that Bayern had against Arsenal. In both legs of that quarter-final. Arsenal really struggled to deal with the counter-attacking threat of Bayern. And that will be another key kind of component to Bayern's attacking threat tonight. That counter-attacking ability, that pace they have on the break. When Real Madrid do make a slight mistake in passing. As Lucas Vazquez was dispossessed. But the referee, Clément Turpin, thought it was a foul. So Real Madrid will get the free kick. Yeah, the ball was already gone. And Goretzka again with the reach. And it was a foul. Good decision by the French referee. Here's Lucas Vazquez to Valverde. That's what Madrid need to do. Just find a few passes. Here's Toni Kroos. Bellingham. His first credible touch, but he's given it away as Harry Kane sees the keeper off his line and tried to go for the extravagant one there, the Englishman, but just over the bar it goes. Really nice idea that from Harry Kane. Andre Lunin was miles off his line and he just tried to skim it. Beautiful. Just too much height behind it there. As Bellingham tried to feed through Vinicius Jr., but that's well dealt with by Bayern at the back. As Kim with a nice ball forward. Musiala. Madrid really struggling to keep it up top at the moment with their attacking players. Jude Bellingham not got much of the ball. Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. barely had a touch in the early moments. Lovely run from Leroy Sané doing the hard yards. Finds Musiala on the right hand side. Trying to squeeze his way into the box, but knocked out as Rudiger and Kroos link up. They're trying to get it away. Here's Toni Kroos. Very deep. Plays it out. Touched by Rodrigo, but won back well by Konrad Laimer. But again, Madrid failing to hold it up. I think it was out of play there. And they got a throw in there, Bayern. Indeed, they did. the press from Bayern there as well. Real Madrid did a decent enough job. They couldn't keep it in play down the line, but they did a good job to find the out ball and break that press. But Bayern were looking to pen Real Madrid in there, inside their own final third. 10 minutes gone here at the Allianz Arena in the Champions League semi-finals. It is still goalless between Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, but it's been all Bayern early doors here. It's Harry Kane trying to thread it through. Sané with a nice chest down, kept alive by Müller. Thomas Müller out wide to Joshua Kimmich. They have to come backwards as Real Madrid drop back into shape. Here's Joshua Kimmich trying to play it on. Does find the run of Musiala. They have to go back to Kim. Cross to Goretzka. Making the run, Leon Goretzka. Gives it out wide to Mazraoui. Back to Eric Dyer. Kane. Coming deeper, trying to be a bit too optimistic there, Harry Kane, as that ball's cut out by Toni Kroos. Real Madrid try and play down the line there, but Ferland Mendy's ball's cut out. Tries to reach for it again, but leaves the gap. And here's the space on the right-hand side for Bayern. Ball comes in, Müller takes a deflection, Leroy Sané over the bar. But another good opportunity for Bayern. Real Madrid play it down the line. They're being too cute with it, trying to be too perfect in their passing. And Mendy's ball down the line, trying to find Vinicius Jr. in the run in behind. Loses the ball. He then chases into space, leaves the gap on the right flank for Real Madrid, or for Bayern to kind of find their spaces and find their men. The cross from Thomas Müller falls to Sané with a deflection, and the shot again over the bar from Leroy Sané. But again, really good link up by Bayern Munich in that final third, and good pressure on Real Madrid in terms of their defence so far. Really, really good play from the German team in these early stages. A very needed start. I mean, we've talked about their poor season, of course, with the giving up the league title. I mean, they failed to win the Bundesliga title for the first time in 12 years, Bayern, this season against Bayer Leverkusen, with Leverkusen's first top flight trophy. But Bayern, they've been really good in the Champions League. They've upped the level. And of course, they've known for quite some time that the league was kind of Leverkusen's to lose. And now that they've got the league, Bayern have only got this to go on. This is all they've got left to save their season, Bayern. They've no Pokal. They're not going to be in the Cup. They lost the Super Cup in Germany as well earlier this year. They've lost the league, so the Champions League is their only hope at lifting a trophy and having a bit of success this season under Thomas Tuchel. And that's a concern. But also, what you've seen from Bayern in the Champions League this year, there's no actual kind of argument against them lifting this trophy at the end of the season. Of course, this is the hardest test you can have against the serial winners of this competition. But they've performed really well so far. Sané beaten off the ball by Kroos, but the ball will run out of play and Bayern will get the throw in on that right-hand side. But Bayern, I mean, any of the four teams left in the competition could lift this trophy. I mean, you're at this stage, you have as much chance as anyone else to lift the trophy. You get to the semi-finals and everyone has a chance. You know, you get this far, you have 3 games to win, to try and lift this competition, this great trophy. And you never know when this chance will come around again. So all 4 teams have a massive opportunity. The ball in behind, and Müller was trying to stretch for it. It did deflect off a Madrid defender. I think it was Rudiger. It might have been Nacho, actually. And ended up into the hands of Andre Lunin, luckily for Madrid defensively there. They just cannot get a touch on the ball at the minute, Real Madrid. Here's Leimer. Finds Harry Kane. Now to Musiala with a low shot from distance, but not much pace in behind that from Jamal Musiala. Not much accuracy either, as it goes wide of the left post for a goal kick. But again, they just really cannot break out here at the minute, Real Madrid. They can't get out of their own half. And Bayern are just penning them in, winning the ball back time and time again. That's really aggressive from Bayern, but really impressive at the same time that they've had the courage and the confidence to do this, as they've given the ball away again, Real Madrid. But the ball from Harry Kane, luckily for Madrid's defence, couldn't find any of his teammates. But again, struggling to get forward. But Madrid, they've ridden hard periods of games before. I mean, they pretty much rode their luck in the second leg of the game, the quarter-final in Manchester, and still progressed. They just have a special connection with this competition, but at the early moments you would be a fool. I mean, you'd be a fool to write any of these two teams off early at this stage with nothing having happened, but you'd be a fool to write Real Madrid off at any point in any sort of game in the Champions League, as that's a poor ball from Manuel Neuer there. Out of the defence, Ferland Mendy latches upon that. Plays it wide. Vinicius Jr. Now Bellingham. Kroos has to go backwards though as the press from Bayern. Nacho, but Real Madrid inside the Bayern half exclusively now. Here's Rudiger. To Vasquez. Has to come back across. And all the way back it goes to Andre Lunin, but they maybe just needed this, Real Madrid, a small spell of possession just to get their foothold on the ball, give themselves a few openings, a few ideas of what they want to do. And maybe just test Bayern once or twice, but that was really good pressure from Bayern. Winning it back. Really nice work by Leroy Sané. Breaks away from his marker. Finds Harry Kane on the right flank. Not looking for any forward passes, Harry Kane, just happy to leisure on the ball as he passes it back across to Eric Dyer in the centre-back position. And Harry Kane's impact can already be felt in these early moments. There's a collision there between Mazraoui and Vasquez, but the referee let the game play on as it's just a collision between the two, no foul either way. As Real Madrid have it here with Toni Kroos. Tchouaméni. Finds Bellingham, but back turn towards his own goal. Here he receives it back, Bellingham. Now wide to Vasquez. Bellingham made the run beyond, and Vasquez's ball deflected. Will go out for a Real Madrid throw on the right-hand side. That's Thomas Tuchel. Insensely spreads the information to his team to stay concentrated. Lovely turn by Vinicius Jr., but as he tries to pass it off, he gives it away to Sané. Now Harry Kane breaks away, and Kane tried to feed it in behind the ball there to Sané, but Antonio Rudiger got to it first and wasted no time in playing it back to his keeper. Real Madrid themselves on the verge of winning the La Liga title. Bellingham. Talk about that in a moment. Just as Real Madrid have come forward here. Going to further depth on that in a moment. Is Bellingham. I have to say I was massively excited to watch more of Jude Bellingham. He's been an absolute sensation this season in Real Madrid. As Vasquez looking for the cross. Takes a deflection off Mazraoui and will get Real Madrid's first corner of the game. More positive. Getting those balls in the wide areas a bit more recently, Real Madrid. On either flank. They have an early corner. They've kind of ridden that early spell. Bayern have had 6 shots, 2 on target up to this point. Over 50% of the possession for Bayern. Real Madrid without a shot in the game, so maybe they've ridden that early storm from Bayern and starting to open up themselves now, Madrid. 20 minutes gone, goalless at the Allianz Arena. Kroos with a short corner. Vinicius Jr. looking to catch out the keeper, but he only caught it himself there, Vinicius Jr., as the ball went well behind for a goal kick from the narrow angle. Given away there by Bayern. Real Madrid have it back again, just over 20 minutes gone. Consistently, I think Real Madrid just need to keep winning this ball back and giving themselves a bit of positivity in the game. Just get their first shot off. It'll kind of relax the team and get them feeling more comfortable. I've had a few more spells of possession in the last 5 minutes or so, which has been more positive for them, but still a long way to go. Vinicius Jr. does well. Evades the challenge of Konrad Laimer there. He did go down eventually, Vinicius Jr., but the referee said no foul, as Bayern have it back. Sané tries to rescue it on the left flank, but the spin of the ball caught him out, and it run for a Real Madrid throw. Yeah, there's no foul in either case there. He trips himself up, Vinicius Jr., actually, the second time round. So there is no foul in that for me. And Carlo Ancelotti believes there is, but having seen the replay and having had the benefit of the replay, I think Carlo Ancelotti might have changed his opinion there, as they will get another free kick here, Real Madrid. "22 minutes gone. Halfway through this first half, and up to this point, all the attacking output has been Bayern's, but so far, Real Madrid have had more control of the ball, I think, in the last 5-10 minutes. Look more comfortable. Bellingham. Back to Toni Kroos. Tchouaméni under pressure there from Konrad Laimer, but won by Real Madrid, keeping the ball. Here is Toni Kroos. Kroos. Looking for the ball in behind. Vinicius Jr. made the run. He's had the space. He has the goal. One moment. One very special moment. Vinicius Jr. A beautifully weighted ball in behind. And a lovely, cool, calm, composed finish gives Real Madrid the lead. All the early Bayern pressure, nothing to show for it. And Real Madrid, as they always do, one moment, one ball, one lapse of concentration in the Bayern defence, and Real Madrid absolutely pounce upon it. Toni Kroos with an absolute perfect ball in behind, and Vinicius Jr., it's like second nature to him, opens his body, side foots it with his right boot, and slides it past Manuel Neuer to make it 1-0 to Real Madrid. Beautifully weighted ball, really coolly finished off, and Bayern, from a period and long spell of dominance in this game, find themselves behind after having nothing to show for their early pressure. Bayern Munich 0, Real Madrid 1. But here come Bayern to respond. Sané going to force the ball in, but Madrid dealing with it. Now there's space for them to break down the left-hand side. Here is Vinicius Jr. Absolutely beautiful goal from Vinny Jr. And just that I'd mentioned that Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo had very little of the early possession. Very few touches. And with their first shot on target of the game, Real Madrid take the lead. Quality. And it's his 4th Champions League goal this season, Vinicius Jr. in 8 starts. Scored a penalty against Barca at the weekend. Or last weekend, sorry. In El Clasico. Got an assist as well in that one. Actually got 2 assists in the Champions League first leg against Manchester City in Madrid. His last Champions League goal was in the second leg of the round of 16 in a 1-1 draw against RB Leipzig. But he's on the score sheet tonight, and Real Madrid take that early lead. Long way to go in the tie, but that early advantage gives them confidence, especially this being their away leg. Real Madrid, the pressure is off them in this game. Pressure certainly on Bayern to carry a positive result to Madrid next week, where they can try and get as much as they can and try their hardest to progress to the final. It was an all-German final the last time the Champions League final was hosted in London, back in 2013, and it was a Bayern Munich Borussia Dortmund final. That is still on the cards as we head into the final 4 with both teams still in it. A repeat of that 2013 final would be an absolute dream for Bayern to get to that final and then beat Borussia Dortmund as they did in 2013. They would love that again. That dream is a long way away yet, and they have to depend on Bayern getting through, or sorry, Dortmund getting through in their leg. We could, if Bayern do get through, we could see a repeat of the 2020 final where Bayern beat PSG in 2020. And Real Madrid, I mean, whoever they come up against, they will count themselves as favourites. I mean, I, myself, at this moment, before kick-off in this game tonight, and before any sort of play in any of these semi-finals, I thought Real Madrid surely, as many of us surely did, but Real Madrid, with the experience in this competition, the special connection they have with this competition, the sheer quality they have in their side, they will be a force to be reckoned with in this run-in to the final. And this leg of the semi-final is crucial for them as well, to show character on the road. And so far they have done, as Bellingham nicks it away from his English teammate Harry Kane, as Vinicius Jr. unleashes the pace, but incredible from Kim Min-jae there to stay with the pacey Real Madrid forward and cut out that ball. It was incredible from Kim Min-jae there, just when it looked like Vinny Jr. was on his bike and ready to pounce for another, but Kim did very well. And of course, Kim Min-jae, the only change to the Bayern defence from that second leg win over Arsenal here, when of course I couldn't remember who's his name. Matthijs de Ligt, of course, still a doubt, not involved here this evening. He started at centre back alongside Eric Dyer. As they're trying to respond here, here's Leroy Sané. Goretzka! Shot deflected. Sané will pick it up again on the left-hand side. Mazraoui. Back around the corner. Bayern have responded well here to going behind. But again, haven't had much since that Real Madrid goal to show for it. Goretzka. Mazraoui. Leimer. Trying to keep the ball in the Madrid half, but Madrid are quite happy at the moment, it seems, to just sit off and allow Bayern to have that possession. when they retreat, Bayern, it looks like Real Madrid try and impose a kind of counter press. Leimer picks it up in the midfield. Joshua Kimmich. Across to Kohetzka. Back to Kim. And all the way back to Manuel Neuer. Just have to keep an eye on the way Real Madrid are defending at the moment. I think it has been adjusted slightly. It looks like they're dropping an extra body into the defence, it seems. Trying to idea who it is. Is it Toni Kroos? And actually it's Fede Valverde. It's Fede Valverde just dropping a bit wider. So then it's kind of like a makeshift back five for Real Madrid, really. And then Valverde just steps up when they're in possession. Or sorry, he actually swaps with Vasquez when they're in possession. Vasquez goes wide, and Valverde just drops into the back three, back four when they're in possession, Madrid. Here's Tchouaméni. Out wide is Vasquez. Back to Valverde. And then back to Rudiger. There's space in the middle again as Valverde just saunters across the pitch, and he's found the gap there. Feed the ball down the left to Ferland Mendy. Now Rodrigo. Back to Fede Valverde. Tchouaméni now. Down the right flank is Vasquez. Back infield to Tchouaméni. It's Vinicius Jr. taken out off the ball there as the foul is not given by referee Clément Turpin, who disagrees that it was a foul. Wagging his finger there, the French referee. Vinicius Jr.'s kind of fall. Here's Vasquez down the right flank. Plays it across, fired. Valverde tried to feed it in, but headed away by Leimer. Good pressure from Real Madrid here. Nacho. Cross to Kroos. Not afraid to drop into midfield. As Rodrigo dropped in there. Adding that extra body. Just hold up the ball. They're not afraid to be fluid in their kind of formation at the moment, Real Madrid. They're quite happy to move about, be very expansive, and just kind of switch like for like, because Nacho's gone a bit further forward and Kroos has dropped in. At the moment, as he almost puts pressure on himself there, Toni Kroos. As it's booted away by Andre Lunin. Header won there by Rodrigo, but again losing the ball, Real Madrid there. Mazraoui for Bayern after that 1 or 2 minute spell of Madrid possession, which ultimately came to very little. Nothing at all, really. Tchouaméni sticks a foot in, steals it away as Rodrigo on the break. Finds Vinicius Jr. Bellingham's in the middle. Vinicius Jr. tried to find him. And the cross deflected behind for a Real Madrid corner. Really good for Madrid there. And we talked about early on how Bayern on the turnovers and the transitions, really pacey on the counter. We witnessed a glimpse of it there from Real Madrid. Kind of Tchouaméni stepping in with the left boot, nicking the ball away, and then Rodrigo carrying it down that left-hand side, played it on to Vinny Jr., and Vinicius Jr. has tried to find Jude Bellingham in the middle, and the cross deflected him behind for a corner. Good opportunity. There's some Real Madrid fans mixed in with the Bayern fans there inside the Allianz. Toni Kroos to take this corner then. Right-footed corner, whipped in. Was headed on, but punched away by Neuer. Kroos to pick it back up again. Reverse ball in behind. Nacho with a run at the byline. Tried to cross it, but easily defended in there by Harry Kane, it looked like it was. Nice switch ball to Musiala. Try and get Bayern on the front foot, but again tried to step backwards there. Goretzka, and gives the ball away. Bellingham. Good defending by Kim to step across. Wins it back. Now Harry Kane. 10 minutes of the first half to go in the Allianz Arena. Bayern 0, Real Madrid 1. Müller. Back to Goretzka. To Kane. Now to Joshua Kimmich. Bayern look a bit dazed at the moment there. A few of their passes not going where they want them. Mazraoui. Not a best ball, but it deflects off Vasquez. Finds Sane. Back to Mazraoui. Spraying it across and had to go in behind. Blocked off by Kroos. One back by Joshua Kimmich. Bayern in the Real Madrid half now. Possession, not much to split them. 50-50 almost between the two sides here at the Allianz Arena. Joshua Kimmich. It seems like Bayern, at the moment, not finding as many gaps, as many spaces as they were initially early on in the game. That extra body defensively has kind of helped them out. Fede Valverde's now out in the left-hand side here. Swapped sides. Really fluid from Real Madrid defensively. Kroos is also dropping in when he needs to. Adding that extra defensive body to deny the spaces in behind for Bayern. That's just forcing them to have to go backwards at times. Joshua Kimmich makes a brave run. Finds Goretzka. Mazraoui on the left. Rodrigo dropping in, helping out defensively. As Rodrigo holding off Mazraoui there, but he does get the corner. The Bayern full back. And that will be a Bayern corner on that left-hand side. Really nice idea from Mazraoui. Ticks on his man. And then it does take a deflection. I think that might have been the last touch off Mazraoui there, but corner indeed it is. Chance here from the corner then. Joshua Kimmich. In swinging corner and coming. Right footed delivery. Back post. Headed up. And headed behind. But I think there was a foul in there in any case. The Clement Turpin had spotted. So nothing mattered really from that point. Just keep seeing these shots of these Real Madrid fans. Just mixed in with the Bayern fans. As we see the replay of the goal, it's an absolutely wonderful delivery. That vision, that pass, the fact that he played it, put it on a plate for Vinicius Junior just to run onto the ball and just side-foot it in is absolute genius from Toni Kroos. And the finish, the composure from Vinny Junior there to finish that was absolutely sensational. Goretzka trying to play the ball in behind. Blocked off that time. As Real Madrid now have that out ball and finding that out ball. Valverde. Vasquez. Finds Vinicius Junior in space. To Valverde. Vasquez goes back to Antonio Rudiger. As Real Madrid will build again from the back. Lovely work across the midfield. Now Rodrigo runs down the left-hand side. Bellingham in the box. Bellingham tried to get the 1-2 with Rodrigo, but the pass from Bellingham was cut out and Bayern can clear it away. But again, really good transitional play from Real Madrid again. Finding those gaps, finding those spaces, just getting those short passes off really, really quickly. So here they come again, Bayern. Musiala trying to glide his way forward, and he runs into Nacho there, does Jamal Musiala. I think he gets the free kick. He does indeed. Really nice direct run there from Musiala. Takes the ball and just strides forward with it and just tries to evade Nacho, and Nacho just comes across and takes him out. It is a foul on the edge of the D from Nacho, the Real Madrid captain. A lot of experience in this competition, Nacho, with Real Madrid, 34 years of age. About, I mean, I wouldn't want to guess, but if I had to, about 21 yards, 22 yards, something around that. It's a yard short of the edge of the D. It's to the right hand side of the D slightly. Yeah, it's about 22 yards of a distance here, this free kick, as Andre Lunin sets up his wall. Well, Real Madrid did concede a free kick in the second leg of the quarter-final in Manchester. Bernardo Silva catching everyone out. So Real Madrid will be very well focused on defending those free kicks now. We'll be on eagle-eyed watch as they fill the four-man wall, Real Madrid. Big chance, big moment here for Bayern Munich. If they can get a good chance, a shot on target to test Andre Lunin, you never know. Harry Kane over it. Leroy Sané joining him. Looked like Joshua Kimmich as well as there. The whistle goes from the referee. Stepping up, Leroy Sané leaves it. Harry Kane! Wide. But that was a blaster of a shot from the Englishman. Leroy Sané stepped up, rolled over it, and Harry Kane, my goodness me, wide of the left post, but that is some force behind that strike from the Bayern number 9. Yeah, it's quite some distance wide, quite a few yards. If he got the accuracy on it, he got the pace perfect. The accuracy just maybe a slight bit off, but a really threatening free kick indeed. It had Andre Lunin scrambling. In the end, he didn't need to scramble, but he did. There's the chance in behind here. Bellingham goes down. Referee will give a free kick, edge of the box. And a yellow card has come out as well here from Clement Turpin. Just a ball in behind. Bellingham made the run. And Mazraoui just on the cover gets none of the ball. And he's very lucky there, Mazraoui, that it's not a yard or two late. Or a yard or two further up the pitch, because it could have been inside the penalty box there. But luckily for him, it is just outside. And Mazraoui in the book. The first player in the book tonight for Bayern. And now a free kick at one end went wide from Harry Kane. Real Madrid have their chance to respond at the other end. We'll see. As now Manuel Neuer's job to set up his wall. Make sure all the space is covered. Just a three-man wall for Bayern. I don't think they're massively confident that they'll go directly from goal here, Real Madrid. They think they might actually just try and whip it in. Toni Kroos and Rodrigo over it. There are bodies there if they do whip it in, Real Madrid, or Kroos or Rodrigo, but they could go for goal if they can sneak it round that wall. Rodrigo tries to go for goal, but comes off the head of Harry Kane in the wall and goes behind for the corner. Pretty lackluster free kick in the end, that really, from Rodrigo. Straight off the forehead of Harry Kane there, that free kick. Gets applause from the Bayern fans there. Defensively from that set piece. They have another one to defend here for the moment, Bayern. From a corner. Kroos to take. Right-footed, out-swinging corner. Nacho was up. It's found its way to the back post. Rodrigo keeps it alive. Trying to make up for his free kick, but Blocked off that time, and bit of a scramble at the back there from Konrad Leimer. Ends up behind for another Real Madrid corner. Probably couldn't get the ball away there, Leimer, at any attempt, as Kroos will have another chance to whip a ball in. So past the 45-minute mark, we're still awaiting the classification of how many added minutes. So we'll get that to you as soon as we have it. Another Real Madrid corner here. A late flurry of set pieces for Madrid at the end of this first half. Kroos goes short. Finds Valverde. Kroos working the angle. And headed clear by Harry Kane there. And that is the half-time whistle. No added minutes at the end of the first half then from referee Clément Turpin. And just one moment created the one goal that separates these two teams at the break. Real Madrid were under massive pressure for the first 20 minutes or so, but one ball beautifully delivered in behind for Vinicius Jr. and coolly finished by the Real Madrid number 7 has the 14 times Champions League winners ahead at the break. Half time in the Allianz Arena. It is Bayern Munich 0, Real Madrid 1.
Catch me if I fall. I'll put you in a grade 6 feet like Kenny. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
Welcome back to Champions League Live, the semi-finals. First leg in Munich for Bayern Munich against Real Madrid. And it is the Madrid side that lead at half-time. Vinicius Jr.'s goal separating the two teams in Munich at the Allianz Arena. Nasser Mazraoui as well in the book from that first half as the main talking points of that first half. But it was a first half, really, that I have to say, Bayern Munich in the first 20 minutes or so were completely in control of. They were dominating the possession, they were winning the ball back, they were creating the chances. I mean, Real Madrid, their goal was their first shot of the night. Their only shot on target of that first half. But Bayern up to that point, before Real Madrid did get that first shot of the night, they were absolutely dominant in all areas. And I think, really, from a Bayern point of view, I think they'll be disappointed not only with how they defended that one moment, because it was a real lapse in concentration defensively, and I'll talk about the goal in a moment when I do get a replay of it, but they'll be disappointed because they dominated so much of that first 20 minutes or so, when they had a real good spell where they were the better side in the game. And the fact that they couldn't take advantage of that and take the lead in the game overall in their home leg, you know, will be a disappointing factor, because they had some good chances. Leroy Sané had a couple. Harry Kane had a shot as well. So Bayern can be relatively disappointed with how they kind of dealt with that first half when they did control the ball. And credit to Real Madrid, they hung on, they hung in there, and they got their goal when their chance came. And they took it at the first time of asking, which is exactly, I'm sure, what Carlo Ancelotti would have wanted. I don't think they started well enough, Real Madrid. They were giving the ball away too easily. They were a bit sloppy in possession. I think even in moments, Real Madrid, they just didn't look themselves in moments in that early period. Kind of grew into that first half as it went on, and I think they had to switch something at the back. It looked like early on they had those three in midfield that were sitting deeper: Toni Kroos, Valverde and Tchouaméni. They still are having those three in front of the defence, but they're using them differently now. They're actually dropping an extra body or two into the back four when needed, allowing their winger or their fullbacks Mendy and Vasquez to step up, whilst also having that space, that not giving up that space in behind for Bayern to find. Because early on, Bayern were finding spaces in behind. Harry Kane making runs, Leroy Sané making runs, even Musiala at times making those runs into the gaps that were left in the Real Madrid defence when they were trying to push up. And I think that was really causing Madrid a lot of early problems, but I think they dealt with that. They kind of figured it out, and I think they became more defensively solid towards the end of that first half, and I think they got their goal, give them even more confidence, kind of give Bayern a bit of a shock, and I think they took stock. Real Madrid kind of took control for a couple of minutes, had a bit more possession, actually really took control of the game in that period when they just scored Madrid, but I think Bayern responded well, and it was a pretty even end of the half. Last 15-20 minutes of the first half was pretty even, but with that goal, Real Madrid are on top, and that difference between them is significant, especially in this first leg, with Real Madrid being away from home, Bayern being at home. They would have wanted that goal. We're just going to see the goal again. So we just see it, Vasquez, the gap in the midfield is quite drastic, and you just see Bayern just get a bit open. They try and cover over that space in the midfield. Kim Min-jae steps up, tries to close down the pitch again, but the two Bayern players either side of him aren't on the same page. They stay in that gap. Kim steps up, and it leaves that gap in behind where Toni Kroos can just feed a lovely ball. Vinicius Jr. on the same page as his teammate, playing that ball in behind. Vinny Jr. making the run and just rolling onto it. No pressure whatsoever, no problem whatsoever, really. And it all came from Bayern's own doing. They had so much space in the midfield they had to cover. They tried to cover it over quickly. Kim Min-jae gets dragged into that middle area. The space in behind is left, and Real Madrid capitalise upon that gap in the Bayern defence. It's quite simple. It's quite easy to realise it tactically. Just one run in behind, find the space, and they did that perfectly, Real Madrid, and they were just waiting for that moment. Bayern just being a bit too aggressive at times on those moments and not winning the ball, not closing it down and cutting that gap out. That time they were caught out, and Real Madrid took the lead. But Bayern have had chances in that first half. I mean, Leroy Sané's had a couple knocked over. He had one in the first minute, actually saved by Andre Lunin as well. They've had really good opportunities, Bayern, in those moments in that first half, in that dominant spell. Harry Kane had a shot from distance, that audacious one from a real distance. The free kick as well for Harry Kane went wide. I think it's real lack of finishing, a kind of not ability, they have a lot of ability, but that lack of clinical edge at the moment is letting them down. Their not ability to put it in the back of the net. Simple as that. If they'd have taken one of their chances in that first 15-20 minutes, a very different game would have been on our hands here. And that's the difference between the two teams. Real Madrid hung in there. Bayern let themselves down with their finishing ability in their first 15-20 minutes. Real Madrid took their chance when it came, and the game kind of switched on its head when that came about. As simple as that in these early moments. But that is where we stand at half-time. At Bayern Munich 0, Real Madrid 1. Let's just run you through the stats then from that first half, and the stats will tell you that Bayern have actually had the better of the chances. Bayern have just edged the possession, 52% to Real Madrid's 48%, so very little to separate the two teams on that. On that front. 8 shots for Bayern Munich, 3 for Real Madrid, 2 for Bayern, 1 for Madrid. And Madrid have actually more corners than Bayern, 4 to Bayern's 3. More free kicks as well for Madrid. They're winning a couple more free kicks as well. 1 big chance each, according to the stats from that first half. Real Madrid took their big chance. Bayern missed their big chance in that first half. Passing wise, not much difference between the two sides. 297 passes for Bayern to 272 for Real Madrid. 94% passing accuracy from Bayern, which is incredible, by the way. They've misplaced just 19 of their passes. I thought my brain was going there. 19 passes they've misplaced in that first half, which is actually incredible. And 90% for Real Madrid. 245 of their 272 passes have been accurate. So a lot of quality in terms of passing in that first half. But Real Madrid edging it at the moment with that 1-0 lead. The XG is very little different between the two sides. 0.5 for Bayern, 0.66 for Madrid. So when Madrid have come forward, their chances have looked slightly more threatening than Bayern's chances in terms of goal scoring expectation. Right, so it's only the half time. It's only a quarter of the way through the tie. There's a long, long way to go, and it's a narrow of narrow advantages. The first legs continue tomorrow night when you can join us for Borussia Dortmund. We're in Dortmund tomorrow at the Signal Iduna Park. The atmosphere there will be rocking tomorrow night. Borussia Dortmund take on Paris Saint-Germain tomorrow at 8 o'clock on the first legs of the other semi-final tie. That's tomorrow here on LFS. We'll have that for you. Plus next week, next Tuesday and Wednesday night, we'll have the second legs. The return leg in Paris of Paris Saint-Germain against Borussia Dortmund is next Tuesday, and the return leg of this game we're watching tonight between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich in Madrid at the Bernabeu. What an atmosphere, what a stadium for a second leg of a semi-final of a Champions League. And that is next Wednesday night, where Real Madrid take on Bayern once again. Right, okay then, a couple of minutes to go before the second halves get underway. Just run you through some other games, one other game that we're watching tonight around Europe. That is the English Championship. Of course, Leicester City crowned champions of the Championship last night with their win over Preston at Deepdale, confirmed champions, and Leicester can still get 100 points if they win their game this weekend. Leicester, Ipswich can join them. They can be one step away from automatic promotion, back-to-back promotions for Ipswich on the cards, and very much on the cards at the moment as they lead Coventry by 1-0. Kiefer Moore's goal giving Ipswich the lead against Coventry City, and that would mean with one game to go, Leicester and Ipswich could be the two sides with automatic promotion in their grasp. Leeds are the other side battling it out, but who knows? We'll find out. And you can watch the final day of the AFL Championship here this weekend, this Saturday lunchtime, Saturday 12:30 here on LFS. We will have all 12 Championship games for you on the final day of the AFL Championship, plus updates from the Emirates as well as Arsenal take on Bournemouth in the Premier League title race. All that to come this weekend. Back to tonight, the second leg of the second half of this Champions League semi-final, first leg between Bayern Munich and Real Madrid is on the way next. Do stay with us.
Catch me if I fall. Messi, I'll put you in a grade 6 feet like Kenny.
Side.
Welcome back here to Champions League Live at the Allianz Arena in Munich here this evening. Forgot where we were there for a moment as the two teams returning for the second half here at the Allianz in this first leg. And I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti will be the happier of the two managers at half time. I think Thomas Tuchel will be kind of frustrated with what his side have failed to deliver in that first half from what they offered. But I'm sure he will be positive that his side can turn this around. And speaking of being positive, he's going to make a change. Is Thomas Tuchel at half time? I'll just inform you of that now. It's going to be Leon Goretzka as the Real Madrid team just come back to the pitch for action of the second half. It's going to be Leon Goretzka that's coming off, and coming on in his place will be Rafael Guerreiro. So Rafael Guerreiro coming on to replace Leon Goretzka for Bayern. So a change for them. And Rafael Guerreiro actually started the second leg here against Arsenal in the quarterfinals. Actually started on the left wing that night. We'll see if he can fill that space tonight, or what he will do in the next 45 minutes. Rafael Guerreiro, we will see. Ready to go then for the second half, as we're back underway then at the Allianz Arena for the first leg of this Champions League semi-final between Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Vinicius Junior's goal separating the two sides at this stage. Bayern showing options, showing chances, showing quality, lacking that clinical edge in the first half, that cutting edge to finish off those chances. Finds them behind, but they've got the energy, they've got the ability, and they've certainly got the chances and the time to turn it around on the night here, to take something to Madrid next week as they try and bid for their place in the Champions League final in London on the 1st of June. Here's Konrad Laimer. Joshua Kimmich down the right hand side. Comes in field, linking up with Müller. Laimer. Now Joshua Kimmich comes across the middle. Passing it around early on then. The energy in here, trying to kick their side on in the second half. We talked about Harry Kane's threat this evening. Well, he's been directly involved in 10 goals in as many games in the Champions League this season. Another here tonight will mean he has recorded the most goal involvements by an English player in a single campaign in the competition, surpassing David Beckham in 1998-99 and 2001-2002, and Steven Gerrard in 07-08, which is some company to be in for Harry Kane there. Steven Gerrard and David Beckham, two of England's best in the midfield position, that is. Harry Kane, his main focus is putting the ball in the back of the net, and he's had no trouble of doing that this season in any competition for Bayern. I mentioned he scored 35 goals in the Bundesliga this season. He scored 7 in the Champions League and in 10 starts. Of course, 3 assists, so 10 goal involvements in total, as I mentioned there. Vinicius Junior, though, switching it across, trying to find the run of Vasquez, but just ahead of the right back there. That cross. Well, he's not too bad as well. Domestically, Harry Kane, he scored 3 goals in his last 2 Bundesliga games. He He scored both goals for Bayern here in their 2-1 win against Frankfurt at the weekend. And then scored a goal and assisted in that win over Union Berlin away from home in a 5-1 victory a week earlier. Toni Kroos. Now Valverde. Bellingham now. 1-2 touch. Rodrigo finds Vinicius Jr. in the box. Cut out by Kim. And Joshua Kimmich clears it away to try and send Thomas Müller on the run, who at a right old age himself there, Thomas Müller, 34. Still got the pace of a youngster. A young teenager in the game. Speaking of young teenager, well, he's not a teenager no more. Jude Bellingham, 20 years of age. Of course, has been in this country of Germany with Borussia Dortmund before he did make that move to Real Madrid last summer. Spent quite a while at Borussia Dortmund, 3 seasons. Signed for Borussia Dortmund for £27 million in 2020 from Birmingham. And then joined Real Madrid last summer for a record, not a record fee, of course not, but quite a big fee. A reported £89.2 million. Making him one of the most expensive English players ever in the game. And he's been a sensation for Madrid this season. He scored 4 goals in 8 Champions League games for Madrid. In La Liga, he scored 17 goals in 25 starts. That has him at a goal every 125 minutes. That 4 assists on top of that, 21 goal involvements in 25 games from midfield is absolutely sensational from Jude Bellingham, and he's still got a long way to go to get anywhere near what he could be. Here he is here, Jude Bellingham leading the line there, finds Toni Kroos. What a save by Manuel Neuer. Curling effort there from Toni Kroos. Really good play from Bellingham. Laid it off to the elder statesman, who took no second guessing in finding that finish. But what a save by Manuel Neuer to deny Toni Kroos there. Bellingham running through bodies like they're not there. And he didn't run through Thomas Müller there. And it will be a Real Madrid throw on the left-hand side. Just hailing the praises of Jude Bellingham, who was on the bench at the weekends against Real Sociedad, amongst the many that Carlo Ancelotti rested at the weekends. And he did make a couple of changes from that game. Of course, that 1-0 victory away at Real Sociedad has Madrid on the verge of becoming Spanish champions once again. 11 points clear of Barcelona with 5 games left to play, 15 points left to play for. So they're not too far away from being crowned Spanish champions once more. Here's Leroy Sané. What a threat, what a goal! That's a lovely finish by Leroy Sané. Had a lot of chances in that first half, but with his first of the second, he makes no doubt about it. Lovely finish into the near corner. No chance for Andre Lunin with an absolute blaster of an effort from the German. And he levels this game. What a goal by Leroy Sané. Moved down the left-hand side from Bayern. Really nice direct diagonal run. And what a lovely finish with his left boot. Chops inside Ferland Mendy. and just unleashes one into the near post. Lunin beaten. And a lovely goal for Leroy Sané to level this game and get Bayern back on level terms. And a lovely moment. But that was some quality of a finish. That is a Champions League-esque Champions League quality finish, that, from Leroy Sané. Only his second goal in 11 Champions League games this season. But he certainly added another goal to that tally. An absolutely blasted one into the back of the Real Madrid nets. 1-1 here in Bayern. Or in Munich. But here come Real Madrid. Trying to respond, but Sané not only doing his work up front, but dropping back as well to help out. To win the ball back there for Bayern. That was exactly what the home side needed. That equalising goal just changes the game. Levels the tie, not only that, crucially that, but just not only that, gets the crowd up, gives the confidence in the team that they can go on and do one better than just a draw here tonight. Go on and win this first leg. Give themselves a lead to take to Madrid next week. That's what this Bayern side needs. Inspiration, motivation. Here they come again. Here's Thomas Müller. Finds Musiala. Musiala in the box. Goes down, penalty. Clement Turpin makes no doubt about it. Straight away pointing to the spot. And Jamal Musiala's direct run from the opposite flank has caused Real Madrid even more trouble. And Bayern have a penalty. Goodness me. Just say it again. Fede Valverde's involved. What's that? Fede Valverde's there, but it's Lucas Vazquez that commits the foul. Yeah. I mean, he dangles a leg. There's no need for Lucas Vazquez to even put a leg anywhere near that. And that is just really naive from Lucas Vazquez. Really silly. And a chance for Bayern in a matter of moments from trailing this Champions League semi-final first leg to having a chance of taking the lead in it. Harry Kane from the spot scored in a penalty at the Emirates in the first leg of the quarter-final. Can he score on home turf in the first leg of the semi-final to give Bayern the lead? Up against Lunin. Kane steps up and slots it in the far corner. Lovely goal. Lovely penalty. Calm as you like from the England captain. He had the measure of Andre Lunin. Sent the keeper the wrong way and just slotted it into the opposite side of the net. And in a matter of moments, Bayern Munich, from trailing this first leg, now lead here in Germany. Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 1. Really poor defending initially from Vazquez to give away the penalty. And then just the coolness, the calmness, the composure from Harry Kane to convert from the spot to give Bayern Munich the lead. Fantastic. And he's been outstanding this season. We've waxed lyrical about him tonight already. He is now had the most goal involvements of any Englishman since Steven Gerrard in 2007-8 season in the Champions League. 11. 8th goal of this Champions League campaign and his 43rd in a Bayern shirt. His 43rd. in his 43rd game in a Bayern shirt tonight. That is some form, that is some quality. That is sensational from Harry Kane. And that is certainly a moment that he will remember. There we are. Wowee. That's one way to start a second half. Giving Real Madrid the kind of false sense of security. They started the better in the second half, Real Madrid. First 5-10 minutes, had control of the ball, 1 or 2 opportunities, but really, Bayern took their 2 chances. Leroy Sané with a lovely finish, and Harry Kane from the spot, as he did in the first leg of the quarter-final against Arsenal, giving Bayern the lead. To do the exact same in the first leg of the semi-final, and even better it comes here. Here's Harry Kane, and behind goes down, and Antonio Rudiger this time involved, but this time Clement Turpin shakes his head and saying no penalty. See that, run in behind. Yeah, there's nothing in that. I mean, it's just a simple bit of defending there from Antonio Rudiger, just holding off his man. 30 minutes to go in this Champions League semi-final first leg here at the Allianz Arena. It is Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 1. A second half turnaround so far from Bayern has them ahead. Fantastic stuff from Bayern, but Real Madrid, how will they respond? Their character will be shown massively if they're to take anything back to Madrid with them. Pressure was on Bayern coming into this game tonight to do the business at home, to hold off Real Madrid, to give themselves as much of an advantage as they could for that second leg, where they know at the Bernabeu next Wednesday night it's going to be as tough as ever. They do have that lead, and they do not want to give it away. As Guerrero wasn't reaching for that one. Gets the goal kick to Real Madrid. Certainly giving this crowd a lot more energy now, those 2 goals. Sané. Müller just a bit hesitant on the ball as Tchouaméni beats off his man and uses a bit of skill to play it into space. Finds Jude Bellingham. Thing about Real Madrid, when there's still time on the clock, they will fight and will give their all. Do as much as they can. Lovely twisting and turning from Rodrigo. Hit it straight at Eric Dyer and goes out for the throw-in, but really nice burst of pace from Rodrigo from the right flank. Something tells me there's going to be more goals in this second half. Toni Kroos. Kroos from the ball out to the right flank. Pinged beautifully. Rodrigo linking up with Vasquez. Now Valverde. Tchouaméni tried to find Vasquez in behind, but Musiala tracking back. Wins it back, and now Bayern can try and conjure up a counter-attack, but actually Jamal Musiala runs it out of play. All of his own doing there, but Madrid wins it back. Gets that throw in, and just now they look to control this. Get themselves an equaliser initially first. Bayern will do everything they can to deny them. I have to say, output-wise from Real Madrid, it has been a bit disappointing. The quality they have up front, Bayern have done so well at stopping them from having clear-cut opportunities at goal. Only 2 shots on target tonight, Real Madrid. Four shots completely, but here's another chance at it. Here's Vinicius Jr. Shot blocked. Now the follow-up, tries to counter it in. And again, bodies on the line from Bayern, clear it away. As Rodrigo runs to win it back. Runs into trouble as Bayern get it away now with Harry Kane. And he goes down under a challenge from Toni Kroos. Maybe a bit of frustration from Toni Kroos there will get him a yellow card. And a free kick will go Bayern's way, but a frantic moment at the back there for Bayern. Looked in a lot of trouble. Real Madrid won it back in the midfield and played it quickly in behind. Vinicius Jr. and Bellingham in the middle, and Bellingham crying to get the ball in the middle, and miles of space and acres of space, and Vinicius Jr. just couldn't find it to his teammate. And Bayern ended up getting bodies on the line to clear it away, but a massive threat there. Well dealt with by the German team. As Real Madrid, make a change. And Nacho, their captain for the night, is not on the pitch anymore. And Eduardo Camavinga is on in his place. So Camavinga on in replacement of Nacho. An extra body in midfield, I'm guessing. Here is Camavinga trying to hold off the runner of Jamal Musiala, and it will be a free kick as Camavinga's first involvement is giving away a free kick. Really pacey from Jamal Musiala there. Beat past Camavinga, who kind of understated the pace of the young German, and he just had to pull him back. Quite cynical really, but had to be done for Camavinga early on, and he evades a yellow card, which a bit fortunate surely. He's only on the pitch. Lovely 1-2 link up here as Mazraoui breaks down the left, plays it across. Harry Kane! And the deflection dribbles it wide of the right post. Another good chance. Another lovely run by Harry Kane. 1-2 touch link up between Jamal Musiala and Mazraoui. Mazraoui with a cutback in the box. Across to Harry Kane, who shoots straight and deflects off Antonio Rudiger, I think it is. And goes behind for the corner, but really good opportunity for Harry Kane there. And a massive chance for a bit of daylight for Bayern in the tie. Just agonisingly wide. They will get a corner out of it though. Joshua Kimmich, right-footed delivery into the box. Headed on! And straight into the hands of André Lunin from Eric Dyer. Goodness me. 2 huge opportunities for Bayern there. 1 wide and 1 into the keeper's hands. How those moments could be big. What a ball to Vasquez. A heavy touch there lets him down. It will be a Real Madrid throw though, but Vasquez looked in acres on that right hand side. Mazraoui looked well cut out. Well caught out really. Massive opportunity there. Quarter of this first leg to go. Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 1. Real Madrid living dangerously at the back, but looking expansive up front and needing to have a bit more of attacking output, attacking threat in the final third. Bellingham breaks the challenge of Leimer, but Leimer battled back at him. Camavinga with a challenge, has Leimer on the floor, and then the follow-up. That's another Bayern player, I think it was Harry Kane, that went down in the second time round. Yeah. I mean, he got a touch on the ball there, Camavinga, but he does catch the boot of Leimer in the follow-through, so it is a foul. Just seeing the replay of the Eric Dyer header. What a chance. What a chance. Straight down the throat of Andre Lunin on either side of the keeper, and that would have been daylight for Bayern in the tie, but not to be, not to be. They've certainly been able to finish off chances better, Bayern, in the second half. Been able to finish off attacking displays a lot better than Real Madrid have. Real Madrid have had moments of possession, but nothing of major quality in the final third. Nothing where Bayern should be threatened defensively, especially in this second half. He has to be wary, of course, but it's not that Real Madrid have had a mountain of chances where they've kind of threatened for a second goal, but Bayern have certainly been threatening for more goals even after scoring that second. Run down the left-hand side. Break of the ball by Jamal Musiala. Looking for the cross. Takes a deflection. Another Bayern corner. Just incredible. Musiala with an absolute wonder, a bit of skill. Steals it past Lucas Vazquez. Breaks down the left flank, and then Valverde has to come across and put it behind for the corner, but Jamal Musiala running the show down that left-hand side for Bayern. And interestingly, Musiala and Sané swapped at half-time, I think, because Musiala's breaking down the left and Sané down the right, and they were kind of on opposing sides in the first half. Or on the opposite sides. Kimmich with the corner. Whipped in, headed on, but headed behind. Flicked on there was Kim. I think Lunin might have got a touch as well to that. He did. Andre Lunin, so it will be a corner. Initially I thought it was Kim that got the header, but it was Lunin that got the punch. They carried the ball behind for the corner, another corner. And we enter into the final 20 minutes of this first leg, where Bayern are on top on the scoreline, and also in the balance of play. The better side. Joshua Kimmich to take this corner again. Right-footed. Out-swinging corner, headed down, and again took a bit of a bobble into the hands of Andre Lunin. It was Konrad Laimer up this time at the back post. It was Dyer with a header, and then Laimer won the ball. Couldn't test the keeper. Ball across. Goodness me, Bayern in again, but Lunin got the catch on it again. Really worrying defensively for Real Madrid here. They look really exposed. Massively exposed. Bellingham. They've just not been on form tonight, Real Madrid. And yes, they got that goal, was fantastic. But even in their spells of possession, they've just looked a bit blunt in the final third. And no disrespect to Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo, etc., etc., etc. But tonight, they've just not been on top form. And maybe you think maybe that rest at the weekend has actually just taken that edge off them slightly. I mean, we look at the Real Madrid team that started that Real Sociedad game at the weekend. Bellingham wasn't on. Rodrigo didn't play. And of course, Vinicius Jr. didn't start the game. Vinicius Jr. actually came on in the second half. But neither of Rodrigo or Bellingham even came on from the bench at the weekend. So maybe that full out-and-out rest has kind of just taken that edge off them. They do have a chance, though, here in the box. Valverde, he's not had the edge taken off him. Has a shot as Bayern scramble it away. As the shot took a weird deflection. And now it's a straight race for the ball. Tchouaméni knew there was a threat coming and did well to win the ball and evade that threat completely there for Real Madrid. Here's Ferland Mendy down the left. Maybe Real Madrid know that they need to go for it a bit more now. Vinicius Jr. tried to break through a few Bayern players and ended up being taken out by one of them. And it will be a Real Madrid free kick. I think it was Lima that made the foul. Yeah, he was just a bit too aggressive there, Konrad Laimer. Joshua Kimmich, a bit passive, allowed him to have the ball, Vinicius Jr., and Laimer just come in and just said, you know what, and took him out. And Vinicius Jr. wins the benefit of the free kick for Real Madrid. Now I had a chance to deliver a ball in here. Toni Kroos, who's been taking the set pieces all night, the corners especially, has a chance to whip in a free kick this time. And test the Bayern defence from this position. There's a bit of height in there. Camavinga, Rudiger as well. Bellingham. Got a bit of height in there. So did Bayern defensively as well. Kroos with a delivery. And easily headed away there by Rafael Guerreiro. Pretty flat-footed in the end there, Real Madrid, as Kroos has the ball back and will win another free kick. And Harry Kane committing the foul this time. As Kroos makes the argument for a yellow card. But the referee's just told him to keep your head. And a wry shake of the head from Clement Turpin, the referee. And it's now time for Real Madrid to make changes. Luka Modric is coming on. He's going to be one of the Real Madrid changes. And Jude Bellingham is coming off. Wow. And Toni Kroos is also going to make way. So Luka Modric on for Jude Bellingham. And Toni Kroos is coming off. And he's going to be replaced by Brahim Diaz. So Luka Modric and Brahim Diaz on. Bellingham and Kroos off. Jude Bellingham off. Certainly a shock. Goodness me. Modric to take the free kick. Bit low that one. His first involvement. He does fight hard to win it back and does win it back, Modric. Although the referee's given a foul against him. Well, there was a foul on Leroy Sané there, the referee. So a free kick will go the way of Bayern. And Modric fighting his case. I think the referee felt that there was a high boot in there. I mean, I don't know. I've seen the replay of it, and I think it's 50-50 that. Modric wins the ball. Maybe a bit soft there. Nonetheless, we do play on. Free kick's already been taken, and 14 minutes to go. Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 1 in this Champions League semi-final first leg at the Allianz Arena. Vinicius Jr. opened the scoring for Madrid the first half before two second-half goals from Bayern Munich has them ahead. The first from Leroy Sané and the second Harry Kane from the penalty spot. Tchouaméni. Valverde. Trying for the direct run in behind of Rodrigo, but easily cut out there by Bayern. Interesting to see what these last 10-15 minutes of this tie will hold. This first leg will hold. Can Real Madrid carry something back to Madrid with them for that second leg at home? Or can Bayern take a lead to Madrid and put the pressure on the record holders, 14-time winners, to have to come back from behind at home to try and progress to the final? That's where the pressure holds. That's what this stage of the season is all about. Delivery in the biggest and most important of moments. Both of these teams have massive players that can deliver in the most pressure-filled moments. Quality absolutely coming out of their ears, these two teams. There's no shortage of quality in either squad. Modric, what a ball. Running behind from Vinny Jr. Vinicius Jr. Shot saved by Manuel Neuer. And the angle actually helped the Bayern defender, or the Bayern goalkeeper. What a ball, what a delivery by Luka Modric. Just a quick glance at Vinicius Jr. was making that run. And the ball in behind is wonderful. And a tight angle for Vinicius Jr. to try and get it. Goes behind for the corner off his left hand. Corner whipped in. Up and away by Bayern. Valverde with it back in, but cleared away astutely. And the shot from distance from Brahim Diaz, and then Camavinga hits it wide, but the flag was up in any case, because I think Brahim Diaz hit one of his own players with that shot, who was in an offside position, so therefore offside given. But don't forget, if this Champions League first leg, semi-final first leg hasn't been enough for you, we've got another one coming for you tomorrow night. We're also in Germany tomorrow night. We're in Dortmund at the Signal Iduna Park as Borussia Dortmund take on Paris Saint-Germain. Two of Thomas Tuchel's old teams battling it out in Dortmund tomorrow, 8 o'clock on LFS. Changes incoming for Bayern. Thomas Müller is coming off. He's been replaced by Serge Gnabry. So a switch up, fresh legs, and another pacey forward that can run in behind for Bayern in these late stages. Maybe Thomas Tuchel's eyeing up a third goal to take to Madrid with him. It looks like he will. Here's Joshua Kimmich. 10 minutes to go. Bayern with a 2-1 lead. There's Vinicius Jr. high on his press against Kim Min-jae there. It runs out of play for a Bundesliga throw. Just to remind you of what's coming up this weekend on LFS before we enter these final 10 minutes of this game. We do have football for you lunchtime on Saturday. As I mentioned, the final day of the EFL Championship. All the drama, all the action of all 12 games for you live this Saturday, 12:30. Plus, we will keep an update on the game in the Premier League in the title race between Arsenal and Bournemouth as well. So do stay tuned for that. That's this Saturday, 12:30. As well as some other action as Liverpool take on Tottenham this Sunday, 4:30. As a chance, man goes down. Penalty to Real Madrid. Clément Turpin pointing to the spot. And it's just as I was reading out what we've got coming this weekend, I glance up. A Real Madrid player, I think it was Rodrigo, that went down. Wonderful from Vinicius Jr. Rodrigo pulled back there by Kim Min-jae. And what's Kim doing? He's just dragged him down. That is really lax defending. And Rodrigo punching the air in delight that his side have got a penalty to try and level things in this tie. A yellow card as well coming out for Kim. So Kim giving away the foul, giving away the penalty, and getting a yellow card for his troubles as well. And now a chance for Real Madrid to level from the spot. Bayern took the lead from the spot 25 minutes ago. 25 minutes later, it's Real Madrid's turn. 12 yards out. Vinicius Jr. against Manuel Neuer. He's beat him once tonight. Vinny Jr. Similar distance. Can he beat him once more to level this tie in Munich? Pressure indeed. Vinny Jr. against Manuel Neuer. Stepping up the number 7 and scoring. Manuel Neuer dove to his right and Vinicius Jr. just slotted it up the middle. Cool, calm and composed was Harry Kane's penalty. The exact same at the other end from Vinicius Jr. who's scored both of Real Madrid's goals tonight. And he's got them back on level terms in the tie. And maybe a shootout for victory here in the final 5-10 minutes. Poor bit of defending from Kim. And it's just a silly, naive challenge, just as Vasquez's challenge was at the other end. Naive defending to think you're going to get so much of the opposition player and not have a penalty given against you is quite dramatic, quite ridiculous, really. That was even a thought going in the mind of the South Korean defender. And it's big moments. Big player is Vinicius Jr. And he's come up with 2 goals tonight for Real Madrid. In the most crucial of moments, he's stepping up and delivering. Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 2. What a semi-final we have on our hands. What a semi-final. Real Madrid give us an absolute blockbuster of a quarter-final. They want to give us even more. This will be some run to the final, this. From the 14 times winners. And they haven't been at their best tonight. They haven't been on form. They haven't been at the best of their ability. But the best sides always find a way, even when they're not in their best form. Even when they're not playing to their best. But here's a run for Bayern. Gnabry in behind. Bakes a run into the box. Has space. Tries to shoot. But loses his balance at the last second there, Serge Gnabry. And that one high and wide and behind for a Real Madrid goal kick. Wow. Seen the replay of it, and it's too easy for Gnabry to step inside there, I have to say, but luckily for the Real Madrid defence, he lost his balance in doing so. And maybe, just maybe now, this might be, I'd say both sides would be, I mean, I wouldn't say they'd be happy with this result, or this scoreline, but I think they would be just contented to go into the second leg at this level. And maybe the hint of that. Some fresh legs for Real Madrid though. Rodrigo, who won their penalty, he's going to be replaced by Joselu. So Joselu coming on in his place. He started the game against Real Sociedad at the weekend, the Joselu. And the change from Bayern as well as Leroy Sané, who got Bayern back on level terms. Their first goal of the night to give them the equaliser in that start of the second half. He's going to be replaced by Alphonso Davies, who's coming on in his place. And with about 3 minutes plus additional time, there maybe is still a chance for a winner from either of these two teams in this first leg. What a way to end the first leg that would be. I have to say, since Bayern took the lead with a Harry Kane penalty, Real Madrid, it was a criticism I'd brought to them at that point, that they'd really not had enough in terms of finishing off the chances. And they're creating good opportunities, but they're not having enough shots. They're not testing the goalkeeper enough. They're now testing him more. And another run in behind. Another player went down. It was Brahim Diaz that time, but the referee moved. Yeah, that was a lovely challenge by Mazraoui, and it had to be. Otherwise, it could have been another penalty for Real Madrid there, but it isn't to be. In the end, EFE TV, great to see you with us this evening. Great to have you with us, as well as Luke and Boston. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. EFE TV says BVB to win the whole tournament. Borussia Dortmund to win it. Bold shout. But as I mentioned earlier in the game, any of these 4 teams could lift this trophy at the end of the season. It's that unpredictable. That's what we love about the Champions League at this stage of the season. that any of our semi-finalists could be current winners, and you wouldn't be surprised. You really wouldn't. And there's storylines everywhere when it comes to this. You know, there's absolute storylines galore, and we'll talk through them in the second legs. We'll talk through them tomorrow night in relative to Dortmund and PSG. But all the talk about these two teams, you know, 20 European trophies, 20 European Cups between them, 14 for Real Madrid, 6 for Bayern. They've steeped in history in this competition, these two clubs. Bayern won the competition the last time the final was hosted in London. Real Madrid, the last time they beat Manchester City en route to the final, they won the competition that season. So much storyline-wise for these two teams, especially Borussia Dortmund and PSG. All 4 semi-finalists have a lot that they can go for this final incoming on the 1st of June. And we'll have that live here on LFS, by the way, the Champions League final. Saturday the 1st of June, 8 o'clock UK time kickoff. Final live from London. Wembley, London. What a stadium for a final to be held in. Vinicius Jr. finds the run of Mendy. Mendy with a cross. Oh. And Joselu was in there, and he took out Kim Min-jae in the process of driving over the header. It was a clash of heads, and Kim Min-jae stayed down, which has us in a bit of a stoppage here. Yeah, he was very late there, Joselu, to be fair. The ball was well away. 3 added minutes then at the end of this game. There was zero added minutes at the end of the first half, so the referee's clearly not in the mood for wasting time or winning a round tonight, Clément Turpin. He's added a total of 3 minutes to either half tonight. Very rare to see now in European football. Usually see the 6s and 7s coming out, but only 3 minutes tonight. Maybe if one of these two sides is going to win it later on in the first leg, they're going to have to get their acceleration boots on and get moving pretty quickly. And if you don't want to miss a single thing in Champions League, then do hit that like button, do subscribe, and do put on post notifications, because we'll be back here tomorrow night for Dortmund against PSG, and then back for the second leg, the return legs in Paris and in Madrid next midweek, next Tuesday and Wednesday night here on LFS. You'll not miss a thing of Champions League semi-final action with us here on LFS, so you do not want to miss it whatsoever. As we're 90 seconds or so left to go here in Munich tonight. It'll be an absolute corker of a second leg if we're heading at this point. As Real Madrid did in their first leg of the quarterfinal. They were actually home on the first leg of the quarterfinal, so a different experience this time round for them in the semis, but to take a level scoreline to the second leg, I don't know who it will benefit more, really. I would say Madrid because they have the home advantage, but, you know, at the end of the day, home advantage only counts to so much. At this stage, it's whoever shows up on the night, and quite clearly that will be the case if we're level going into that game at 2-2. It will be about who shows up on the night and who wins on the night. Simple as that. And Thomas Tuchel, I mean, I wouldn't say he's disappointed, but I would say he's certainly a bit unhappy the fact that his side did have the lead and kind of gifted an equaliser for Real Madrid with that penalty, but who knows. Ian says I want PSG to win their first Champions League title. You're predicting, Ian? What a way for Kylian Mbappe to buy out of the Parisians. And he will join Real Madrid, of course, we're guessing. Seems to be the most likely place for him at the end of the season. What a Madrid team that will be next season. Final score. It's all over. And the half-time in the semi-final tie in total. and we head to the Bernabeu next week, next Wednesday evening. All square. Bayern 2, Real Madrid 2. Absolutely sensational stuff. Really good. Vinicius Jr. opened the scoring, giving Real Madrid a lead. Lovely ball from Toni Kroos in behind. Then Bayern Munich came out firing in the second half. 2 quick succession goals. The first from Leroy Sané with a lovely run down the right. Chopped inside. Found that near post corner to level. Harry Kane from the spot gave Bayern the lead. Cool and composed. His 43rd goal in Bayern colours and his 43rd game in Bayern colours. And Vinny Jr. from the spot rounded us all off tonight as Real Madrid got their equaliser to take a 2-2 draw out of this first leg. Which team it benefits more is all to be decided in the second leg, but the return leg will be an absolute corker. Incredible night in Bayern, in Munich, for Bayern and for Real Madrid. Let's just hope the next German game will be anywhere near as exciting as Dortmund take on PSG tomorrow. Final score from the Champions League semi-final first leg in Munich. It is Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 2. And what an incredible first leg we've had here tonight here on LFS. And another one coming your way tomorrow. As I've already mentioned, Borussia Dortmund take on Paris Saint-Germain. And then the return legs next Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, the 7th and 8th of May here on LFS. Incredible stuff. Right, that is it from us tonight here on LFS. We'll greatly appreciate you joining us here this evening. We will be back tomorrow night. I'll be back for commentary of in Dortmund in Signal Iduna Park, where I am sure the atmosphere will be absolutely bouncing with that yellow wall. Incredible stuff. It's been a wall of red tonight in the Allianz Arena, but Real Madrid are a tough nut to crack, even at the best of times. Even when they're not at their best, they're one of the most difficult sides to beat. 14 times winners. There's 15 on the cards, or even number 7 could be coming to Munich. We'll find out. Thank you very much for joining us, and good night.